Hey everyone, I'm going to talk to you today about the importance and the value of physical activity. So, this is one of the most important aspects of your overall health and wellness. We're talking improving longevity. Stuff we're going to talk about will also improve your functionality and your ability to avoid seeing someone like myself in an intensive care unit, and the impact that it can have on your mental health and your overall well-being. Like all aspects of health can really be connected when it comes to that staying physically active. So I'm going to highlight a few things. Number one, let's talk about walking and increasing your step count. To me, this is one of the most valuable things that we all can do and all can improve on. Increasing your step count and your steps throughout the day and walking and staying active. We see increases in longevity. We see improvement in your sleep. We see improved mood. And this is one of the easiest aspects that we could do on a daily basis. Like a lot of the things we're going to talk about can take a significant amount of effort. But increasing how much we're walking in a day is something that we could all kind of hack. Examples that I'm talking about, if you're doing a virtual meeting, I do as many as I can, screens off. Apologize if I offend somebody. Screens off and stay and moving during those meetings. So walking meetings, and especially if I'm not sharing the meeting, but this is an easy way to increase your step count. Parking a little bit further than you normally would, or floor above or floor below. This can increase your step count. Getting a pet, more expensive, more investment, could be trickier when you're traveling, but forces you to get out even in those winter months. When you are meeting somebody and you're deciding to go for a coffee or anything, go for a walk. Get that coffee and go for a walk. I've been incorporating that more and more on the daily to reinforce this, not to be too repetitive. When you increase your step count, the studies have shown it's been associated with living longer. You are also improving your sleep pressure. And by sleep pressure, what I mean by that is when they did a study on military folks that were having trouble sleeping, all they did was increase their step count by 25% and their sleep. And that's because the more physically active you are, the more you want to sleep. I often think about those times where you backpacked in Europe or you've been walking everywhere in Europe, and by the end of the day, you don't even remember when your head hit the pillow. So these are the significant impacts that increasing your step count can have. And how much should we all be doing? I think as a basis of improvement anywhere, if you look at your watch or your phone, I would try and increase it by 25% today. So if you're doing 5,000 steps a day, I'd get up to at least 6,000. But my goal personally is anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And it sounds challenging, but I think most of us can eventually get there. So that's one aspect of physical activity. The second that I think I want to motivate you all to do is incorporate some resistance training into your overall approach to health. Resistance training, aka lifting weights. The benefits of weight training are immense. So let's start with your bone and osteoporosis, improving that, especially as we age, especially females that are going through the menopausal time of life. This is a game changer. Second, when it comes to overall strength and avoiding being frail, to me, this is the magic sauce. What we see on a routine basis in the intensive care units are people that come in frail. And when they're frail, they succumb to infection, they can't mobilize, they can't rehabilitate. And so to me, this is even more motivation to get strong. And I give a quick anecdote. I saw a guy in his 70s that works out 5 days a week that had a cardiac arrest, so died for a couple minutes. And he's at home today with his grandkids because he had that body armor. He had that foundation. mentally and physically was able to overcome, which normally the outcome for somebody that does that would be that dies in his 70s would be you either don't make it, don't leave hospital or institutionalized. And he's at home because of that baseline function, because of that baseline strength. It was really amazing to see. The other aspect that it does is it makes you more insulin sensitive. So it keeps your blood sugars more stable, which is obviously really important when it comes to reversing prediabetes or diabetes. So as you develop more muscle loves glucose, so it soaks it up. You do a leg day as an example, your blood sugars are going to be steady for most of us. So a really important aspect of that. The other thing is when you gain more muscle mass, lean muscle mass, your basal metabolic rate, so you burn more calories just because you have more lean muscle. So all these components can significantly improve your health. And where to start? I'm happy to send over some programs for body weight exercises or weight training exercises. We have a coaching app even that would be happy to pass on along. But for me, start somewhere. And it could be as easy as doing push-ups against a wall. You'll be doing push-ups on your knees or full push-ups as you get more physical strength. Body weight squats, lunges. There's so many exercises you could do just using body weights. Resistant bands. I often travel with resistant bands in case there's no gym. But there's always a way. I like the idea of going at least 3 days a week. I try and do 5 days a week. I feel better when I'm pushing weight, and it's can have, once again, that significant impact in your overall well-being. The couple of things I want to end on too in terms of staying physically active. Another hack you could do is join a sports team or a running club or whatever area of interest that you have that's physically active. The beautiful thing about doing that is you kill a few birds. You improve your mood because anytime you're physically active, you're going to be improving your mood. In fact, I don't mean to digress. If you are feeling crummy, move, exercise, and see how you feel afterwards. To me, this is one of the, like, before anything else, when you're feeling your mood is down, get moving. This is something that I think is so important. But yeah, being part of an organization that creates community as well. So you have that bond, and the impact that that has on your overall connection is so valuable. And you get physically active together, and so you really can kill a couple of birds with one stone when you join an organization or a team, impacting your mental health, that sense of community, staying active, and just feeling connected. And for me personally, I get that through hockey. It was one of the main ways that I stay active and obviously feel real connected with the guys as you play together. And so, yeah, this is one of the better hacks in terms of how to stay physically active. And then you feel committed. It's harder to take a day off when, your teammates or your club or your colleagues are reliant on you. So I hope that provides a bit of motivation for staying physically active. And so in summary, increasing their step count, add some level of resistance training, join a team if needed. And the benefits that you're going to see is longevity, mood, strength, avoiding frailty, avoid seeing someone like myself in the intensive care unit. And yeah, it's where I'd like to see more and more of us being physically active, and keep it simple. Areas where you find joy or interest, we don't all have to be runners. It could be pickleball. It could be square dancing. Forgive me, I'm from Alberta, so that's why I went to that. But I just encourage you all to find some interest and get it going. Thanks so much.